Grab your popcorn because we're about to explore how those childhood memories could be influencing your financial behavior, sometimes without you even realizing it. Spoiler alert, it's like a soap opera but with money. From the moment we are born, our brains are soaking up information like sponges. Our earliest experiences with money, whether we realize it or not, create a blueprint for how we handle cash later in life. Now let's start with basics. Imagine your financial habits as a house. The foundation, that's your childhood. If your family was all about saving every penny and never spend it on luxuries, you might find yourself with a strong urge to stash cash away like a squirrel in winter. But if you grow up with more treat yourself attitude, your spending habits might be more, let's say, lavish. And it's not just about what you see though, it's also about what you hear. Did your parents talk openly about saving and investing, or was money a taboo topic? The way we learn about money as kids can set the stage for our attitudes and behaviors as adults. Let's dig a bit deeper, reflect on your childhood experiences. Were there particular money events or behaviors that stand out? Understanding these influences is key to unraveling why you handle cash the way you do. It's not about placing blame or dwelling on the past. It's about uncovering the roots of your financial habits so you can make informed decisions moving forward. Here is a tip to balance your financial foundation. Identify your core money beliefs and challenge them. If you find yourself overly cautious or excessively indulgent, ask yourself if these patterns are truly helping you reach your financial goals or just echoing old patterns. Adjust your approach based on what you want, not just what you've learned. Alright, let's dive into the emotional side of money. Childhood experiences don't just shape our financial knowledge, they deeply influence our emotional response to money. And trust me, our emotions play a huge role in how we handle our finances. Imagine this, if you grow up with financial struggles or witness how your parents constantly stressing about money, you might develop a deep-seated anxiety about your own financial situation. On the other hand, if your childhood was marked by financial stability or even abundance, you might develop a more relaxed attitude towards money. But here is the catch. This can sometimes lead to overspending or lack of awareness about budgeting. It is important to recognize how emotional triggers can impact your spending habits. For example, if you faced financial hardship, you might be tempted to indulge in retail therapy as a way to cope with stress or to reward yourself. It's like using shopping as a band-aid for emotional wounds. Conversely, if you experienced financial ease growing up, you might struggle with impulse control or have difficulty understanding the value of money. It's like having a credit card with no limit. You can easily fall into the trap of spending beyond your means without realizing long-term consequences. So how can you manage these emotional responses? Start by acknowledging and understanding your emotional triggers. Are there certain situations or feelings that prompt you to spend more or save excessively? Identifying these triggers can help you develop healthier financial habits. Create a financial plan that addresses these emotional needs. For instance, if you find yourself spending as a way to cope with stress, consider healthier alternatives like exercise, hobbies, or talking to a friend. And if you're over-saving out of fear, try setting aside a portion of your savings for enjoyable experiences and small treats. Find a balance that allows you to feel secure while also enjoying life. Alright, let's get into the juicy stuff, role models. These are deeply ingrained beliefs about money that we pick up as kids. Think of them as your brain's financial operating system. It's like having a pre-installed money mindset that might need a little upgrading. Take a moment to think about your financial role models. For many of us, our earliest lessons about money come from watching how our parents or guardians handle it. For example, if you grow up hearing "money doesn't grow on trees," your brain might be stuck in scarcity mode, constantly worried there is never enough to go around. It's like your mental hard drive is always running low on cash, even if you have a decent balance on your account. On the flip side, if your childhood was all about YOLO and live your best life, you might have a spend like there is no tomorrow script running. It's like your brain is constantly on vacation mode, ready to splurge your last money on a new gadget or latest trend because you only live once, right? But here is an interesting twist. Not all influences are direct. Sometimes it's an absence of certain financial behaviors that leaves an impression. And if the closest you got to financial education was your piggy bank, you might have some catching up to do. Start by identifying the financial habits and attitudes you learned from your role models. What lessons did you pick up, both positive and negative? Reflect on which behaviors you want to embrace and which ones you want to leave behind. Next, take action to build your own financial framework. Seek out new role models, financial advisors, mentors, or even books and online resources that align with the financial goals you want to achieve. Think of it as upgrading your brain's financial software. Just like the apps, you deserve the latest and the greatest version of yourself. Remember, your financial future isn't set in stone by your past experiences. With a bit of reflection and a lot of proactive effort, you can design a financial plan that works for you and sets you up for success. Alright, let's tackle how you can break free from any negative financial patterns you might have inherited. Understanding how your childhood experiences and role models have shaped your financial behavior is crucial. Once you've identified these patterns, it's time to take action. Start by setting clear, achievable financial goals. Whether you want to build an emergency fund, pay off debt, or start investing, having specific goals gives you a target to aim for and a sense of direction. Next, create a plan that aligns with your goals. This might include crafting a budget that works for your lifestyle, automating savings, or finding ways to invest wisely. But here is where it gets really exciting. You have the power to rewrite your financial story. Start by replacing old habits with new ones. For example, if you grew up in a household where money was a source of stress, you might now want to start building a budget that makes you feel in control rather than overwhelmed. Seek out resources and support to help you on your journey. This could be financial education courses, budgeting apps, or even talking to a financial advisor. Surround yourself with positive influences that reinforce your new financial habits and help you stay on track. Remember, breaking the cycle is about progress, not perfection. Celebrate your successes along the way, no matter how small. So take these insights and put them into action. With a clearer plan, new habits, and the right resources, you can transform any negative patterns into the foundation for financial success. It is your story to write and make it a great one. Thanks for joining us on this journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to share your own experiences in the comments below. And in the next video, we'll talk about the influence of social comparison on your financial behavior.